Kung papakilala ko lang sa inyo itong may mga kasama tayo ngayon, ano, si Dr. Emmanuel Baha, Principal Investigator ng UP Manila. Hi po, sir.
Hello,
good morning. Si Dr. Jody Dalmacion, co-investigator din po ng UP Manila. And of course, we also have Charlotte Hemingway, ng PhD student ng Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's come in. Beth, si Kuya is also here, si Diego and Kikay.
Hello.
They are here to talk about this new mobile gaming app. Right? Sige, tell us more about it, sir.
The name of the app is Battle in the Blood. It's called BitB.
BitB.
Yes, and it's funded by the UK and the Philippine government.
So what is the main goal of this gaming app?
So the main goal is to increase knowledge around HIV and also around testing and counselling services in the Philippines. But most importantly, it's about changing attitudes. So to show people that life can go on after a positive diagnosis and you can still chase your dreams and your careers.
Of course, ma'am, can you tell us also about how did you guys come up with this kind of game, the process?
Well, we all know that health promotion is very important so that people can seek help, no? It's a health-seeking behavior that we want to improve among Filipinos, no? So we thought about it because we found out when we were doing previous research in Davao that the incidence or the prevalence of HIV was rapidly increasing. It was so alarming and it was affecting young men between the ages of 15 to 25 years old.
That's why we developed the game because we all know that yung mga bata ngayon, age 15 to 24, palaging nasa
Gadgets.
nasa gadgets. So magandang parang games for health na concept yung game.
And then we found out that one of the mode of transmission is, of course, we know it's 84% MSM, meaning men having sex with men. And yung mga bata, they go to the internet cafe, no? And when they run out of money to play, they go out and an older, person would ask sexual favors for them in exchange of money. So we said, kung lagi silang naka-expose sa gadget, why not use the gadget for health promotion? And that's what you're doing now, di ba? Naglalakad tayo, we count with the podometer how many calories we're losing. So
steps. That's how it goes
really,
also as well.
yeah, it's really catching up with the time, no, na we're using gadgets for health promotion, not only for texting your friend,
So I'm curious, how do you play this game?
Yeah, what's the objective of the game?
And will you be able to know the mode of transmissions through the game
Yes.
as well?
So we have 8 stories of people living with HIV. So there's a transgender, there's a heterosexual, there's a homosexual relationship, there's an employee-employer relationship situation wherein employee is positive, and then there's also OFW. So it's really medyo naka-context sa Philippine culture.
Yeah, but how can you convince the children, especially those that are from 15, age of 15, and that's your target market, right? How can you convince them to play this game? Because sometimes it is an off thing for those that are not really inclined to play games that has something to do with health or things like that. That could probably be educational one way or the other.
So the biggest part of the game is actually kicking cancer's ass, beating up HIV. It's a turn-based combat and a match 3 puzzle. So we're using game mechanics that are already really popular out there to try and create something that's really fun, really visually engaging, but also quite addictive gameplay as well.
The explanation is more technical. I think the question is, how do you attract these people to play, no? It's because of curiosity. Kasi we're banking on the base of previous studies, no, na you don't even need to advertise. If there's a new game, the young people will really try.
So what's the name of the game again?
Yung
Battle in the Blood.
BitB,
Battle in the
Blood.
shortcut for Battle in the Blood.
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 Oh,
Yes.
bottom.
Because the character, you create your own character, and then you go inside the blood and fight the viruses
Fight
and
the viruses.
and co-infection.
And then, of course, the challenge there is you're trying to gain points. So we're looking at the psyche of people too, no? If it's a new game, you try to gain points, but at the same time, you're learning something as you are competing in the game. So siguro yun ang pinaka-come on ng game. So in between the scenarios, there are questions that can be very educational as well.
How are you going to compare this one with like Minecraft and Ragnarok and things like that?
Halos pareho ho. Halos pareho.
Action-packed game.
Oo. May action, may you're competing, but at the same time, in between, we take the opportunity to educate yung player.
It's more of like educating the people, the player, at the same time playing the game.
Yes, without
we're-
them
yeah.
enjoying it.
Enjoying
no?
the game.
We're hoping some sort of additional persuasion is the game is 100% free. Free to download, no in-app purchases, no digging into your pockets to get an extra life, to get an extra chance. It also doesn't require internet connectivity. So it means that when they're sat in traffic, when they're sat at playgrounds, when they have spare time, it's something that they can play
Can I
Even
also-
without internet connection.
without
Yeah.
internet
Just
connection.
one time
download.
download lang for the game. And
Yeah,
then-
yeah. So you just have to download it, and after that, when you already have it on your phone, then you
Yeah.
can play it
Play.
anywhere without the internet connection
Yes.
anymore.
Yeah.
But can I also mention, because this is research, we did a pre-test, we did what do you call this,
Yes.
testing of the game.
Yes.
Because it's a research, no? So before we can launch it, we really went through the process of pre-testing, validating whether we're asking the right questions, and are we sensitive when we ask the question? Because we also want to learn from our users.
And then we ask them the design. How do you see the icons? Is it nice? It's not nice, and all.
Because I
of that.
believe the process took you guys
many-
about
2
2
years.
years.
2
So
years.
1 year for the research.
Formative research, and then 1 year for the
app.
game development.
Longer
It's
than
already available in iOS and Android.
And
Yes.
starting December 1.
Starting December 1.
Because December 1 is World AIDS Day, so we timed it out. Like,
So as of now, it is not yet
But you can
available.
download.
but
Both.
But from the 26th of November,
You can
should be
start.
available to download. But our grand launch will be in Davao on December 1st, as a
all
to
right.
time with World AIDS
right.
Day.
All right.
Is this app was basically engineered by Filipinos?
no,
The game itself?
Because it's a collaboration. We are the test market because
Okay.
Philippines, yung incidence ng
Yes.
Philippines and prevalence tumataas. Then we have the support of the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine. Because before this game, they developed a game for vector control, malaria in Africa.
in Africa.
So from there, they have the technology, then we have the research. So it's collaboration.
We have the problem. They have the
We have the problem.
So we actually have a professional game development company that is part of the collaborative
Yes.
team.
EM
because-
Studios.
EM Studios, yeah. We're a strong believer that we should handle the science and the research, but we should not be making the games.
So Bobby Farmer is the head of EM Studios, and he's really good.
Yeah.
And the app has been tested already.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have test markets and beta testing, alpha testing of like young people,
Yeah.
15 to 24. We gave them the game, and can you play the game? And then feedback left.
So
Talagang
far, what
develop.
kind of bug fixes have you been doing?
So everything from user testing, so people would get confused over why they lost a level, so we added more tutorial, more information, but also the messaging in the game. So the stories that we had, we'd ask people, what do you think this story is about? What do you think the message is here, and how does it make you feel? To make sure that the way we developed these was developed in the right way and given the right message. So we found, like, with one of our stories, that people were getting really confused. We had a woman and her husband, and they couldn't tell who was cheating on who, and
This
And
is
they
the
were getting
OFW
so-
situation.
yeah, they were getting so fixated on the relationships that they completely missed the message that was inside the story, which is you're in a committed relationship, but still your health is important. And so that was one of the stories that we completely changed, we simplified, we made it much more straightforward, and hopefully the message then started to come out.
So all of those problems have been addressed already.
We hope so, yeah. We certainly feel we've done enough
Yeah.
testing, but you could never make it
Yeah.
perfect. There's always
Yeah.
something you want to do. There's always something you feel you could change or make better.
But it runs fast, though.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's
Kuya,
good.
I'll just add lang po.
Please.
Kasi yung formative research, nag-online survey kami, nag-face-to-face kami sa target population namin. So tinanong namin sa kanila, ano ba yung rason kung bakit hindi ka nagpapatest? Kasi key yung malaman mo yung status mo para maprotektahan mo yung sarili mo at yung community around sa'yo. So yun yung mga nakuha namin. Kaya ini-incorporate namin lahat yung research dun sa game development.
And why would you need to have your test?
Kailangan mo malaman yung status mo kasi pag alam mo yung status mo, meron na namang gamot na available.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, of course, you also have to tell your market that you need to have the test even if you feel that you
You're safe.
are
Yeah.
not actually
You don't have symptoms.
prone
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
one, sometimes if you are not engaging in like extra marital affairs or things like that, people believe that they don't have it. But it's a wrong notion because there are other forms of transmission
Yes.
that probably you could encounter along the way. So there should be like different choices as to where you are also vulnerable to this. Why? Because blah, 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 and things like that. So you have that as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not about judging people for their lifestyle choices within the game. It's about showing the benefits of early testing and why it is important to go even before, as you say, symptoms appear.
And of course, yung sabi nga ho nyo, yung transmission, meron kaming mga senaryo na nagpapakita na hindi lang male-female sexual contact, meron din injecting drug user. No? So mataas din ang risk nila for contracting the virus. And eventually, pagka hindi ka nagkuha ng treatment, pinapakita po namin that you can go into AIDS. No, the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome kasi nalilito po yung mga tao. HIV ako, wala naman ako nararamdaman, mas malakas pa nga ako, mas katabi ko na may muscle, no. Yung hindi ganun yon, no, because there's a latency period and you will die. Ang mga reports or science is saying that if there's no intervention, the life span is 3 years. But if you have treatment, the latency period is prolonged. So yung gamot po, continuous po talaga yun.
Parang diabetic na lang.
Parang it's chronic
Being
illness.
controlled lang.
Parang it's considered, HIV is considered as a chronic illness. Ayaw namin sabihin na stigmatizing siya. Sakit siya like any sakit.
Tsaka yung ibang notion kasi, there are other notions na hindi naman pala yun yung isa sa mga mode of transmission.
Opo.
But it is being considered by others. Like sometimes, there are those that believe that when you like go to the public bathroom and you use the public bathroom and it was used by somebody who has been infected by HIV, and then you'll be able to acquire it as well. So it's a different story, and it could also probably be learned through this game.
Opo.
Nice. Okay. So we can try that already by the 26th of November.
26th
Google
November.
Play and App Store.
Google Play and App Store, and that's for free.
Opo.
100%
That's
free.
good. You should have brought us something to. Please, could you like show it to us so that
So,
we are about to?
so here you carry you.
No, can you
Cost-
show them?
No, I think
The camera.
Upload na ba?
Well, the other side.
Baby, there you go. Okay.
okay. You wanna
No, you
you can explain.
So you can create your own avatar.
So we have our very gender fluid avatar. You can choose your hairstyle, your eyewear, and your clothes. We have everything from very
What's the name?
sort of extreme outfits, but to more conventional outfits. You can select your name. Oops.
You can
Murphy's.
you can check. You can put your name.
We even had to choose the right music background.
Ready to battle.
Oo, parang battle talaga.
And then,
So it has an introduction about the story, how you sort of a mission, your mission.
how you go through the game.
Yeah, so you go
You go to
inside
the
the robot,
Yeah.
and then from the robot, you get
You get into the
You go
bloodstream.
into the...
you go to the medicine, and then the pill will be swallowed by the patient, and then you go to the.
Okay.
And here is like
Pakita mo
this
yung
is the
sex.
first scene. This is the heterosexual encounter. So they have a sort of a one-night stand. And then
You think that it's good for a 15-year-old to play that one?
no. So after 10 weeks, she got pregnant, and then they had the test, the HIV test. Yung isa negative, yung isa positive. Now, before you find out kung ano yung conclusion, you have to play the game. So there's like every 10 levels, you'll get to have a different story. So play the first 10 levels, you'll find the ending of this story. And then the next 10 levels will be another different
So
story.
how many 10 levels?
So there's 90 levels all
90
in all.
levels.
So here is like here you can see like different icons. The first 3 are for the attack mode, and the last 2 are for the defense mode. So for the attack mode, there's an antiretroviral medication. You seek healthcare, and of course you have to have a healthy lifestyle. And then for the defense mode, there's condom use and time early testing. So from there, you continue to play. And here's like the instructions about what a level is, how many rounds of play that you need to. You can lose a level, but you can come back and play the same level. So
You've got to win now, you realise.
Like a Candy Crush.
yes. So kinuha na namin yung kasi popular yung Candy Crush, no? So yun yung mga game mechanics ng game.
And then some other games.
Pero
But with the story.
Yeah, of course.
Incorporated with story.
Pero kasi people would be interested, bakit may medicine? Bakit may puso, but may cross? So they'll understand that these are needed for you to combat if you're positive.
Yun.
Interesting.
Oo, interesting.
Ano kaya magiging reception dyan ng mga Pilipino? No? How,
Okay.
how do you, have you actually
Yeah.
heard some feedback
Yes.
already from
Yes.
different sectors?
We measured
of the
kasi
society, yes.
acceptability,
Yeah.
no, feasibility. So we measured different parameters para
How was it po?
they were engaged in the game. Sabi nila it was engaging. Tapos pero ang gusto talaga nila maka-score. And then they of course, and they appreciated the questions in between. We also asked them whether it had an impact on, some of them it was also a lesson for us because we found out some misconceptions and the stigmatizing effect of having your self-tested.
So
Just say in some of the recent testing that we've done with the game, I think one of the quotes that stands out the most for me is someone said, "Before I played this game, I never thought of getting tested early. I never thought of getting tested unless I felt unwell." He said that's something I've learned today, and I think if that is what we're able to communicate, just that simple message, I hope this will be a powerful tool.
And last night, I had a talk with my friend from New York. He saw the game, and he was like planning, can I use your game for educational classes sa mga bilibid sa New York? So kasi ang gusto niya i-train yung mga preso sa New York na palabas na to be counselors sa mga under-repressed areas in New York City. Sabi niya, this game would help them understand kung ano yung mga different scenarios, ano yung mga different symptoms. So I guess parang hindi lang sa Philippines yung benefit ng game.
Ayun.
It can be downloaded naman in
Worldwide.
worldwide.
And it's free.
Interesting.
So in all app stores, because there are app stores that are for US, for Philippines,
Yes.
so it's also available here and in all other stores all over the globe,
Yes.
the app stores and Google Play. Okay.
So what is the name of the game again?
Battle in the Blood or BitB.
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 Battle in the Blood. BitB.
Battle in the Blood. Oh, all right. Thank you so much, Dr. Emmanuel and Dr. Jody and Charlotte.
Hemingway.
So much from Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine.
Thank you.
And your next leg will be you will be going somewhere else.
We're going to Davao for the grand launch in
So that's going to be on December
December
6th.
first.
Ay, December 1.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. December 1, which is
Friday.
World AIDS Day.
World
AIDS
AIDS
Day.
Day. World AIDS Day. All right. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
try that one. BitB. Parang mapapag-anuhan yan, mapapag-laruan yan. Si Bet. Turo mo kay ano?
Kay Gabo.
10 years
Hindi
old
pa.
pa lang yun eh.
Pag
10
15
pa lang,
na.
10, oo.
Pag
10 pa lang eh.
Oo, baka ma-curious bakit pumasok sa kwarto. Eh.